So it's 2025. You've got a shiny new website, and you can't help but like go around telling everyone about it. You even start getting traffic to it because it's literally your new digital shop that you want to show everyone. And people actually land on it. They take a quick look, go here and there, and you're tracking everything. But you notice something, and that's the fact that they just keep leaving. No conversation, no connection, and you have no clue what the hell they were looking for, what the hell they did, because you all you did was just spend money bringing people to your website, but you never actually did anything. All you could do was just watch from the window as they walked up to your front door and then they walked away without even saying hi. That's the gap most websites have these days, and no, like when you have no mechanism to turn website visitors into actual conversations that could lead to leads and later on prospects, which will become clients, you're not really doing much. Right? I decided to plug that gap myself. I set up a super simple chatbot in N8N, and the way it works is it talks to visitors and does exactly um, like what a normal sort of receptionist would do, where it's like answers questions and it leads people towards understanding just how useful the services could be. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how I built it and how you should start thinking about building these types of systems yourself so that one day you could convert all that traffic you're getting into actual real opportunities for your business. Okay, so we are now here on this website, and you might like if you know which website this is, but let me just hop into a conversation with the chatbot really quickly. um, so it's saying hello to me, and it's saying that I can ask anything about the automation services, or how I can help, like, it can help my business. I'm just gonna say, hey, how can you help me as an HVAC guy? I don't know. And it responds very quickly and says, it says something really, really huge. But yeah, as you can imagine, this is the type of service that you actually need for your business. Something like a user lands on the page, and although they can see all this content that you have over here, you know, like it could look good, but if there isn't a way to actually get, because like they'll probably have a ton of questions, no matter how good it looks, they'll probably have a ton of questions. And if you have methods to turn those questions into useful methods to connect with them, then um, you'll have a way of like, you know, converting them into possible leads. Um, I want to come into N8N and just show you what's happening. I'm going to explain all of this, but basically, there's like those three flows. What you're seeing over there is the first one is the chatbot, the second one is another one for a contact collection form, and another one is the tool call for the chatbot, which is for saving the information. Let's just go through each one of these steps. I think one of the most underrated things that you could do with the chatbot is the webhook setup. So everyone knows that it's probably a post method, and everyone knows that if you're using some kind of chatbot, you probably should be using the production URL or whatever. But what most people don't understand is that you could actually set up authentication for this, and it's probably the most useful thing as well. Once someone has this URL, what they could effectively do is just keep sending requests over, and you probably don't want that. Like as long as they can format their request properly, they'll be able to like access the chatbot. They'll be able to uh, talk to your chatbot and ask it really interesting information. This might not seem like a major problem, but maybe if they ask like really, really, you know, deep questions, or maybe they ask too many questions, it could overload your system, which is like really annoying. What you want is you want authentication here, so that any thing that comes over, any request that comes over that doesn't really fit the standard of like whatever your security is holding up, um, just gets blocked at the door. So what you might do here is you might want to set up like a simple header auth, you know, just set up like some kind of API key, very secure, and also set that up on the site as well, not in the site, but like in the code, um, so that it sends out the request with the header. Um, and then what I like to do is I like to handle inputs and outputs. So I basically just map the inputs I want because, as you can tell, there's like a bunch of things that we don't actually need. um, what I want to do is I want to take in the most useful information. So these are two things. Basically, it's the user message and the session ID. The user message, as you can imagine, the bot will not be able to talk back without actually understanding what what the user even said in the beginning. That's where the user message comes in, of course. But the session ID, I feel like, is really underrated. And the reason behind that is because how you format it, you can basically store a bunch of information. So for one thing, if you're saving information in a backend or something, you want to be able to reference it, maybe based on the time or based on the user. It allows you to not only store conversations but also store basically references to timestamps as well, and that's exactly what we're doing over here. Like we're storing the times the conversations happened, and if you wanted to, you could set up like different flows that actually look at all these conversations, understand how the chatbot performed, and then optimize the system for the chatbot so that it actually gets better and better over time. um, let's check out this. So basically, I have Google Gemini connected here because I like Gemini. It has really large context window. There's also like a ton of other features as well that makes me really like it. But here for this, I'm just using simple memory just for the purposes of this demo. But of course, for anything serious, I would have used some kind of database like Supabase. And this is the tool that's actually for saving information. So what you might have noticed over here is the chatbot actually asked us a really pertinent question by the end. Um, and I think it was asking us what actual things we were dealing with in our business. If I had given him like more information about like I'm saying, oh, I'm James, and yeah, I run James Incorporated. Uh, this is really cool, something like that. It would have been able to save this information. Yeah. I'm glad you find it cool. It's really amazing what automation can do for your businesses. What kind of bottlenecks you're currently experiencing. So it's asking questions like those on purpose, and the reason behind that is because of the save information tool that it's connected to. um, we want to save user information in like really simple ways that don't feel intrusive at all. Most people hate filling out forms, but they have no problem doing this, talking to chatbots, because they've been talking to humans all day, every day on their computers anyway. So this feels natural to them. Um, anyway, we're back here in NNN. And yeah. Okay. So the next thing that we do here is we try to handle the outputs. What we want is we want the text uh, to feed in, but we also want to structure it in like a really simple way that actually makes sense. Here, you might decide whatever you want to decide, but personally, I like to structure it as the status. Uh, this could be a boolean or it could be like a string. I like strings personally. And there's also a bunch of data that you could send back as well. That the data is like an object, so you could send like multiple, fields in the data. And this is maybe if you want to change some state on the screen or something. Like the only thing that could ever limit you in this age where anyone can set up a website using AI, and then anyone can set up a chatbot using some kind of low code, no code tool like NNN. Um, the only thing that could ever hold you back is your imagination. That's how I feel. So this gets sent back to the chatbot, and that's how the chatbot's able to chat with a human in relatively low latency. But yeah, that is basically the simplest version of a chatbot that you could build. And of course, these are form inputs that you'd find in the contact form, and this is the save information tool that would save a user's information inside a Google Sheet right after collection. Um, yeah, that's all you need to actually collect leads without trying too hard. just a chatbot that collects information, a contact form that collects information, stores it in a Google Sheet, creates personalized messages, and sends them over immediately just for lead activation. Um, that's basically all you need. And most people overthink this part, but I feel like it's relatively simple. Right? Once you have this part sorted, all you basically need to optimize for is for traffic, and then you just A/B test everything. You just keep optimizing the system prompt, keep optimizing the personalized messages. You know, keep working at your systems, and soon enough you have something working. So I hope this gave you some ideas, because this gave you some ideas on what you could do in your own business, how you could implement these types of systems. If you want to work with me, then go ahead and click the link in the description. If you want to learn with me, you could go ahead and click the other link in the description. And thank you for watching. I'll see you when I see you, which is probably next time.